Hello, my name is Ed Engelking, and this is, I believe, part 6 in the series where I'm providing updates in regards to my recovery from a vestibular schwannoma or acoustic neuroma. And it's been about 5-6 months since my last video, so I figured I would post and say how I'm doing about 1.5 years since my surgery. So today I wanted to provide an update, but also wanted to talk about hearing aids, because this is a fairly new thing for me. So first, the update. Things are going. Unfortunately, I can't really say that I've seen any kind of vast improvement when it comes to my dizziness. It's pretty much the same. Not really a lot's changed, unfortunately. But I've learned to live with it. You hear a lot when it comes to dealing with illness of a new normal. And in this particular case, being dizzy all the time just is the new normal. I still walk with the cane everywhere, still get dizzy all the time. But it's just something you learn to live with, and I'm okay with that. So I hope one day that it will eventually go away, but if it doesn't, I'm okay with that as well. Since my last video, I don't think that I was working at that time, but I started working part-time as a systems architect, really enjoying the work. Initially, I found going back to work quite tiring. You get used to being off work, and it's a significant change to go back to. But I was incredibly thankful to be able to do it, and I really enjoy the work that I do. I do have a benefit, an added benefit, that I get to work from home. So I don't have to worry about commuting so much. I do go into the office at least twice a month. I try to do more if I can. And I will say that those days that I go into the office tend to wear me out very, very quickly. And by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm done. I'm spent, and I'm ready to go home and go to bed. But with that said, we find that, or at least I find, but my wife and I are both working from home these days, and we find that we're very productive by being able to do so. So we're very thankful for the ability and opportunity to do so. Eventually, I hope to be able to go full-time, and I hope that I will be able to go into an office setting on a more regular basis. But until then, I will continue to tackle the challenges as they present themselves and attempt to do the best that I possibly can, given the situation. Last time I talked about pain and all the medicine that I was taking, I decided that it wasn't worth taking the medicine, and talked with my doctors and slowly came off pretty much everything. I'm on 1 pill a day now, and that's mostly for anxiety. Nice thing though that anxiety pills often help with pain, because feeling the way it's been explained to me is, like, if you've ever gone through a really hard breakup and you feel like your heart's breaking, you feel like you're dying, that's the same center in your brain that you get from physical pain as well. And so when you take a pill for anxiety or depression, that helps with pain as well. So I'm at least happy for that. I don't know if that's working for me. I haven't gone off the anxiety pill, since I was put on it, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But the rest of the pills, the gabapentin and so on and so forth, it just wasn't doing anything for me. I still hurt quite often. I have migraines almost every day, but the severity of those headaches, some days they're really high up here, and other days they're tolerable, and I just go on with my work. Otherwise, I would just lay in bed all day, and that's not what I want to do. I want to be productive. I want to be active and participate in society and just be or get back as close to what I was doing before the tumor than not. So being active in your life really makes a big difference in how you recover. So it's important for me to continue getting out and doing things and working and socializing and dealing with people as much as possible. So that's pretty much it on the recovery standpoint. The interesting thing I wanted to talk about is the hearing aids. So as part of the surgery, or actually I should say as part of the tumor, it destroyed my audio nerve on my left side. So I can't hear out of this ear. So if someone's on my left side and they're talking, good luck. Basically, you have to get the audio past this thick skull of mine and for me to be able to hear it in my good ear. And so what I was able to get, a company called Phonak is the only company currently that I'm aware of that makes something called the CROS, C-R-O-S, hearing aid. And it's really, really interesting. So basically you have a transmitter and a receiver. And so the transmitter obviously is on your deaf side and the receiver's in your good ear. And it takes the audio, puts it over here, and it's like you can almost hear again. My brain gets tricked. I feel like I'm actually hearing people from this side when they're talking. Because the audio that's coming through, you can kind of tell where, which side that someone is on, because it sounds different, and that kind of allows your brain to determine, okay, it's obviously coming from there because I know that's where the microphone is. So I figured I would show you guys what these look like. So I'm a little unusual. I like color. Some people probably get these in beige or whatever to try to match their skin. Not me. No, I get them in nice red colors. So this one here, this one is the one, the microphone that goes in my left ear. So you'll notice that the battery is open. That's how you turn them off at night. You press this in like so, and that's what turns it on. There is a switch here. See if I can focus that somewhat. This switch at the bottom is for audio. It goes up or down, and then the little button at the top here is what changes the programs. So these things are smart. There's 3 programs in here. One is an automatic program where it tries to determine what's around you and tries to be able to bring that noise, in clearly. And the second one is something called hearing in noise or something like that. And that one is supposed to take all of the audio around you, bring it down, and the person that's in front of you basically focus on them. And then the last one is called comfort and noise, which is just supposed to bring down the sound and the environment, where you can still hear it, but it's not so overwhelming. Overwhelming areas, restaurants, places where there's a lot of people, things or rooms that echo a lot, makes it really difficult to hear. And these actually help a bit with that. They're not perfect. This unit here costs about $8,000, but apparently if you want to hear better, you got to spend more money. Unfortunately, I didn't have that money. So I'll show you how these work. You have this piece right here that goes in the ear, and this acts as a kickstand. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. So this goes behind the ear. This piece goes in the ear. Now, I should note that it goes in the ear, but I can't hear anything. It's there mostly for stability. Now, this unit is already on, and you could tell it's not visible. The tube here is see-through, so you can't really see it unless you're really looking hard. Now, this unit here, this is the receiver. It looks just like the microphone, except for, and it's probably difficult to tell in this video, but there is a copper wire that's in this plastic piece here. And that's actually transmitting audio down to this little unit that's in the bud. And so this is what allows me to hear from the other side, is this little tip right here. So again, close this, and I'll put this in behind the ear. So it's interesting, when it boots, it waits about 15 seconds, and then I can hear in my ear, it goes do, 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 and that tells me, okay, these are functional, they're talking. If I were to remove this unit and pull it away, if I listen here, it goes do, 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 meaning that these two units are no longer in sync. As soon as I get this close enough again, I can hear the microphone, and it goes do-do-do, and tells me that it's back. So I put this back in here, except for it's not cooperating. There we go. So now, if I make noises over on this side, I hear it in this ear. And there's a microphone in this unit as well. So basically what it's doing is taking all of the sound around me and trying to pinpoint what's going on. So if I want to, say, increase the volume, all I have to do is just put my finger in my ear like this, press up on the volume, and boom, it instantly brings up the volume, and it's really loud in here right now. I'm going to put my ear back again, press down 4 times, and then it goes deep, deep, and that puts you back at center. I can keep going down to reduce volume as well. I can go on this unit and bring it up, and so now this is at max, and then come back over here, bring this unit up, and now they're interacting with one another. So I can hear this significantly better than what I could just a moment ago. Now I'm going to just bring them both back down. So the button's on top. I just press the top button and it goes ding, and that tells me I'm in program 1, or I guess that's program 2 technically, which is the ability where it takes the sound and allows you to concentrate on the thing that's in front of you. And then if I press the second one, it goes doo-doo, and it tells me that I'm in noise and comfort. And then one more time, do-do-do-do, and that's telling me it's back to the automatic settings. So, what have I learned and noticed with these things? Well, it's life-changing. I can hear again, and that's incredible. I had no idea that hearing aids could be such an amazing tool. Being able to sit in a car and have all the ambient noise and all the audio bouncing around you like what it does, because it's basically glass. And so when you speak, it bounces off the glass and comes back, and when someone's speaking over, in my case, it'll be the driver's side, and trying to hear all that, it just gets jumbled, and it's really difficult to hear. And this allows me to hear very well in a car. I'm very pleased with that. When I'm in situations where people are on my left side, I can hear them great. I have no problems with it whatsoever. A lot of people tend to stay on my left side, just kind of out of habit. And I was walking with a friend just the other night, and he was talking to me on my left side, and I had no problems hearing him. I was able to listen and respond without issue. Again, the real problem, going into very loud settings, restaurants, are very difficult, and I'm still learning. I don't know what buttons I need to press to do what, but I'm experimenting with it to see if I can better understand how to use the units. I just think it'll take some time, but it'll come with time and practice. So, care of these things. Caring for them is actually pretty easy. So I'm going to take out the main unit here. And I have to say, as soon as you take the hearing aid out, it's actually quite amazing. Everything becomes very mute, very, very fast. And it's very abrupt. It's difficult to kind of comprehend. When you have these in, you get used to them so quickly that you're just not, you're not expecting, you know, how used to them that you're getting. But as soon as you take them out, you realize, oh, wow, I had these in and they were making a huge difference. So I'm going to take this other one out now. So for cleaning these things, it's actually pretty simple. These units come with like this little brush here. And what you're supposed to do is brush where the microphone holes are, and you know, brush any debris away from the unit. And you know, if you have like crud in your ears, you can just, you know, blow them out and so forth. And when you're going to bed, just click that end open. That's it. And then you do the same with the other here. Take that, clean that out. So why do you want to clean out the microphone holes and stuff? Well, the answer is if there's crud in the mics, then it's going to affect the performance of the unit. So it's important to make sure that there's nothing in there whatsoever. It's also true with the speaker portion of this as well. You want to make sure that there's nothing blocking any of the holes, otherwise it's going to impede the audio's ability to get into your ear. So those are done. Oh, and you also want a soft cloth to be able to rub down the exterior of the unit, so that you know, humans have oils and whatnot. There we go, that's nice and clean. Humans have oils and whatnot, and it's kind of gross, and I'm sure it can break down the units. So I try to keep these wiped down daily to make sure that they last as long as possible, especially given the cost. And then they just go into this little case that comes with the hearing aids. And the little brush has this little piece that fits right there, and then close them up. That's it. The batteries on these things are pretty large. They're 13s, I think. As a matter of fact, I think I have, yeah, I have a pack here. This is what, assuming I can get it open, this is what the pack looks like. It's pretty straightforward. There's a little opening that you can open in the back, and the batteries rotate. And when it's time to switch them out, you pull them out. And I think I have one open here. Yeah, I'll open this one. So when you take one out, it has this little sticker on the back of it. You just pull this sticker off, and when you do, that activates the battery, and you put the battery in place, and everything's good to go. Now the hearing aids are kind of smart. When the battery is about to die, you'll start hearing a tone in your ear, and that gives you the indication that, hey, this battery is dying, so I'm going to have to change this within the next 30 minutes. I try to keep batteries with me because I never know when this thing's going to die, but been pretty successful at that thus far. So anything else? Oh, we ended up moving away from San Francisco back down to Southern California. Very happy about this move. One of the problems that we ended up having being up in Northern California, in the Bay Area, we only knew like a handful of people up there, and pretty much didn't get together with anyone. Down here in Southern California, on the other hand, we know a lot of people. And so I can tell since we've moved back that my mood has improved. Being around friends is very important, and in large groups of friends and people that you can go out with on a regular basis is very important. It helps with your mood. It helps with just your ability to function, really. I have friends that have really made my life significantly better, both in Northern and Southern California, but really coming back to Southern California made all the difference in the world for me. I feel significantly better as a result. Well, I think that's all I have. Again, if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in this channel. I will be more than happy to respond. Or contact me on Facebook. Several people have contacted me on Facebook, I should add, and I've given them as much insight as I possibly can, and I'm more than happy to continue doing so. I find it very therapeutic to share my experiences and answer any questions that people might have. To be quite honest, it's incredibly scary what I've gone through and what others have gone through. So, I really didn't have anyone to really help talk me through it. But if I can be that person for someone else, I'm more than happy to help. So please feel free to contact me. I will be open and honest, and it will be more than happy to answer any question you might have. So that's all I have. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.